All right, so we are back on a Sunday. So far we've been putting together a digital marketplace, man. This has been really fun, actually. Big learning experience. I've been literally coding and learning, building and learning, and we're gonna keep continuing. But today this was the blueprint, or it still is the blueprint, right? But then yesterday I got to thinking I want to actually add in a mobile app as well, right? And that was a big realization. So I put together actually a test app and I started seeing that, man, I could actually do that, right? Putting a mobile app together, all right? So far what we've been building is a digital marketplace, all right? Let's get that set up here. And we just changed around the structure as well of the folder. But this is gonna be crazy, man. I learned so much just by actually putting a test app together. So yesterday I actually spent some time putting together just a to-do list or like a checklist type of thing. But to where it was also a website, but also had a mobile app, right? I had that realization. I was like, man, that's actually the stack that pretty much all major enterprise companies are doing, right? So of course I use the AI. AI teaches me literally every day, right? It's the master teacher. Um, so let me show you what we got so far here. This is our digital marketplace store. So far I just changed this around a little bit because I'm gonna actually have a digital marketplace, but then I'm gonna have the mobile app, all right? And we're gonna be putting that together today. Let's take a look here. So what I'm gonna do, let's go here. And code and learning the code, literally the way I started trying to, or actually just digging into coding, was actually just from prompting, right? I had a lot of website builders, things like that, the ClickFunnels, high level things like that. And then I started to needing to do extra things, more specifics, wanted to change the layouts and kind of do more customized things, start building some projects for some clients as well. But I, I actually prompted a website, right? I had this sharing hosting platform, little Namecheap account, and with that hosting, I could put unlimited websites, right? And I was like, man, let me just see if I can put up something real fast. I ended up prompting my first website a few months ago, and it came out, of course, basic, right? My prompts was jacked, so I started really looking at it, and I saw the output of what it gave me: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and I looked at it, man, and I'm like, damn, that's pretty much the building blocks. That is the literal backside of every website. Every app that you see is literally code, right? So as I started to see that and get that realization, I was like, wait a minute, man. I started to kind of dig into the sections of HTML, seeing what that was, right? The structure, then CSS, making it everything look nice. And then I said, man, I need to start to learn this stuff. So that's what kind of led me down the path of literally learning and wanting to learn, really, how all of this comes together. So we're going to go here. I'm going to show you what we've built so far. But that's been a journey, right? So my whole journey literally started because I wanted to prompt better, right? I literally just wanted to prompt AI better, right? To give me better output. I figured I needed to know more, right? And I need to do one other portion here. And that's what led me into it. So I started learning the basics. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and literally how everything starts coming together. Then I started getting into backend and things like that, right? Using Node and databases and putting these different pieces together. And that's been literally the best thing I could have done, really. So we've built this whole marketplace, something like a Shopify or Etsy, some type of marketplace. That's this project. All right, we're gonna have this up and live soon. But as I was thinking about this yesterday, I want to actually add a mobile app, right? Don't just have it as a website. A mobile app would be on a whole nother level. All right, so we've built out, let me make sure everything is set here. So we built this thing out here. Let me see, test example. So I have all the login, authentication set up, and we set this stuff up using just AI from scratch. From scratch, literally. Every piece of it, down to the back end of it. So we're gonna get into the, but as I started to understand this stuff, right, I started seeing that, man, you could, now I don't remember the password I set up here. Let's make another account. All right. Go to test. I'm gonna name this test 6. But this has been literally a great journey. All right, just teaching myself the basics really, and then letting AI really be my teacher. All right, so here we want to sell products. All right, so this is the backside of the entire store. All right, I haven't set up like payments and things like that, but each shop owner will actually be able to come in and create themselves a store, right? I'm gonna have it to where they'll pay for the stores. As you can see, everything is dynamic. It dynamically changed, man. And once you start learning this stuff and you start seeing your actual build come to life, man, it's a different feeling. I mean, that's really a great feeling to have. All right, so we got your dashboard here. You can come in here, make a new store. John Doe 2 store. And it's just for selling digital products. Alright. Alright. So here. And then once I'm gonna get it to where basically they'll be able to sell products, right? Put products, that'll be the next phase. We'll start that phase actually tomorrow. And add in the payment system and things like that. And make this a whole complete thing. But so far, man, this has been, I mean, this is legit. They have 3-tier plan system here. Oh, game codes. Yes, sir. Game codes IT. I definitely remember, man. If you're still here, man, yeah. If you're still working on that language model or that AI project you're working on, that's definitely cool, man. I look forward to hearing about that even more. All right. So what we're going to be doing here, we're going to be building out the mobile portion of this, all right, to where everything syncs together. Um, and we're going to be building and learning literally, right? I use AI to learn to teach me how all of these things are going to come together. All right. So let's get right into it. All right. So I'm going to be building the mobile app through using React. Right now, I already have the server here. All right, I may have to do a few adjustments, but the server, that's where everything's going to come together. Okay. So the mobile app and the actual website will be able to kind of share the same information. All right. Okay. So I have AI. It's actually building the structure here. All right. So I have the core reactive here. The backend here needed. Your existing node server needs these endpoints for the mobile. Okay, so I'm gonna add to your server, yeah, for mobile. Okay. All right, sessions handling. Okay. All right, here we go. Let me see here, and let me share. I like to share also my file structure with Claude. All right, so to kind of know. As a matter of fact, let me do this. I'm gonna make another folder here. Fast APIs with the model. So can you help me? Yeah. What kind of APIs are you said fast APIs? Let's see. Yeah, we should definitely be able to get it going. Let me check. Damn, that look good. You got crouton. What you got on there? Some cheese too? Damn. I'm gonna have you, man. That smell good. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely be able to help you. This is here. Let me see here. I'm gonna pull it up here. So this is what you're trying to integrate here, huh? Yeah, my brother just walked in and he's showing me he's eating healthy and stuff now, man, and he just made a good looking chicken salad, man. Look better than something you would go and buy. All right, let me check this out. Okay. This what I'll do. Yeah, I'll definitely help you. What I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do? Game codes, man. What I'm gonna send you my email. Shoot me an email. All right, just breaking down what kind of problems you having. You don't have to share any code or anything like that now if you don't want. But just let me know about your project. That's how I'll reply back to you. Cause of course, like I mentioned, I'm learning as well, but I'm sure this is something we could work out, right? Just, and then tell me about the project, right? Exactly what you're gonna be doing, things like that. I don't. I've never used Fast API, but I guarantee you I'll figure it out. that's that's the one thing about using AI, man, and then just a desire to know, right? Even in your situation, um, I mean, I go through that situation, and I've been coding just for a few months, but I know every time I face that situation where something is broken, right? Even in my past streams, right, where something is broken, something is not working, I end up figuring it out some way, right? Whether it's a conventional way, I try to stay with conventions. That's something else I've been learning, right? Conventional ways of doing things, which helps as well. But if it's using an API, I'm sure we'll figure it out. But shoot me an email. Yeah, shoot me a quick email. We'll be replying back and forth, man. But um, you know, those type of problems there, we always figure them out. Even here, like you'll see me as I'm about to put this together. So today's project here just for the weekend, cause I've been building out that entire platform, basically the digital marketplace here. And yesterday I had a thought to put together a mobile application for it as well. Even though I'm not finished here with this, so Not finished yet. We got a basic, pretty much a basic skeleton for this. All right. But man, this has been coming together really well. And I said, man, it'll be cool to have a mobile app as well where people could come in and actually do the same thing basically. Everything is sync. So that's what I'm gonna start working on today. Alright, let me do this. And then I need to make another folder here for the mobile app. So we're gonna have here, we're in the digital marketplace. There we go. Because I think it connects with AI models very smoothly. Oh, that's nice. What AI models are you using? Or are you using that like, is that like an Express? Have you heard of Express? Like basically, is it used to create your own APIs? Or is it like you'll be kind of using APIs through it, kind of, if that makes sense. Like an Express package, mobile. Yeah, we're gonna figure it out. Alright, so we have this running, and then here, this is where I'm gonna start the mobile app. Okay. And of course, for me, like I mentioned, using AI, I literally use AI. I started using AI for prompts. No, I'm creating my own. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so I'm familiar. I'm sure the structure is probably the same. It has to be really. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I've been using Node, of course. So I've been doing all of my API work and learning Node, and that's been helping, right? So if it's something we could, I'm sure I'll find some kind of tutorial or something like that, and then we'll be able to break it down. What exactly are you trying to do with it though? Or are you creating the AI basically for others to use your model? You know, is that what you're trying to do? So the model that you're building, and then when people want to use your model, they can kind of hook in into your AI, or is it like an internal type of thing? Basically, that's what we've been doing, using our server and things like that, building an API basically for internal use, right, throughout the site. So this mobile project, this is going to be very fun here. Um, and I'm glad I thought about it yesterday. And I put a test, like I said, I put a test out together out yesterday. I said, let's learn React, right? And literally with AI, you can learn anything. And you can learn it very, very, very fast. All right, it's the best teacher, the best coder, right in your back pocket. So let me see here. My file structure. I will start mobile app. And responses AI models to user interface. Okay. Okay, okay. So you'll have like different API keys and things like that. Yeah, that'll definitely work. So you're using different AIs. What. That's what I want to know. Like, what's your stack looking like? Like, what are you building in? All right, your product structure is probably you don't need to change your existing service setup. You can keep the node. Make the mobile app. Okay. Okay, so for the marketplace app, I have Claude basically breaking the whole thing down for me. And like I mentioned, I've prompted the AI basically to start teaching me how to code. Right, teaching me different things, teaching me really pretty much everything that I need to know. Right, and then in your case, game codes, that's exactly what I'm gonna do with your project. Right, we're gonna look at it, see exactly, you know, I kind of get the layout. Basically, I like to think of it from a big picture type of sense. And once I understand that, we can start kind of breaking down everything. But as far as the AIs, basically, and integrating them to be able to use for your display, basically, on the client side or to show on the front end, I'm pretty sure we'll figure that out. That shouldn't be hard at all, actually. All right, so I have my main structure here. I'm gonna be using the server here actually to connect the mobile app to as well. The test app that I set it up basically. It had me to set up three basic sections where different directories where I had a mobile app directory, website directory, and then also I had the backend directory. Right. So I just asked it basically since as I had no intention of building a mobile app. It literally hit me yesterday. Um, and I was thinking that I would have to start a backend director as well to start, but it's telling me basically I don't have to. Right, I can keep it just like this. Everything can still work right. Okay, generates the documents and then curious who created to them all. Oh yeah, yeah. With the help of deep learning, oh that's dope. Yeah, you're gonna achieve it. I already know you will. LLM that generates documents and queries with creativity involved. Oh yeah, that's dope. Yeah, send me an email, man. Send me an email kind of breaking down basically the gist of the project and then what exactly you've already worked on. You could share or not share any part of the code kind of just so I understand. And then we'll be able to go from there. We'll definitely be able to go from there. Cause the way I look at it as well, I use even if I don't know, like I mentioned, I will figure it out. I will figure it out. And that's the good thing about AI. That's the one of the best things about it, right? It'll teach me. It'll teach me where I don't know. And then at this point, I used to kind of get hung up on syntax too. I still do really, right? It's it's parts of syntax that jacks me up. I started learning Python first, going through like functions and things like that, variables and stuff. But I wanted to actually build something that I could use immediately, and that's what kind of started leading me into building other things using AI. But yeah, with AI, man, I'm sure we'll figure it out. So in some time, I'll mail you. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, I'll take a look and see what I can do, man. I'll definitely check it out. I'll see exactly what we could do. And I want to see it done too. That's another thing I started noticing with building certain projects. right? I could, man, the other day I was up till like 4 in the morning, right? And if it's not like just me learning something about coding or just kind of like system designing, I'm up literally, and I can't sleep because I'm like thinking about ideas of different things I want to implement, right? I'm like, damn, and that's actually how the mobile app thing started, right? I was sitting here thinking about like Netflix, Amazon, all these different places. They all have mobile applications, right? And I said, wouldn't it be cool to actually learn how the mobile app reflects the same as the website, right? And it sounds like a simple concept. It really does. So I said, damn, it can't be too hard. So I actually started digging into it and I was like, wait a minute. I have AI literally to teach me. So I literally had AI to break down a bunch. And a lot I don't understand still, to be honest. Right? But what I do understand is that AI understands what I don't understand. Right? And that's the beautiful part about it, right? Um, so I'm gonna start building this project out, man. Let me get right into it here actually. So as a front end, that started here. Let's just make sure. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add another terminal here. And this will be for our back end. Or our mobile app actually. So I'm gonna get right here. Okay. And also one thing I realized every time I'm stuck, that's like that's a whole different kind of learning, right? It's one thing to learn programming when you're like looking at these different tutorials. Like I try to find some kind of tutorial on something every day, right? I'm trying to learn something, right? Even when I'm tired, I'll go to sleep to some tutorials because I'm like, man, it's something I want to learn, right? And once I start doing that, man, it really becomes fun. It's kind of like working out, right? Going to the gym, stuff like that. It's literally like a muscle. All right. All right. So what I'm gonna do here? So I've started the. Okay. All right. All right. So let's build out this mobile app. Let me get a few things started here. I'm gonna go npx here. Expo start. So what I'm gonna do, I'm building this mobile application for our digital marketplace. And it'll all be live. Right now it's styled very basic in a sense, right? And I kind of like the styling, right? I didn't get into any specifics on styling this thing. Um, but it's definitely functional. It looks great. It's not sloppy looking at all. But the functionality is going to, of course, this is just a skeleton. It's a basic version of this shop. And I'll continue building that throughout the week here live as well. But the mobile app that came into my mind. So that's what we're working on today. The mobile portion of the digital market store. And also as I'm live here, you're gonna see me go through some stuff, man. I I can't stress that enough that literally having to debug stuff, right? Debug the code, like literally when I'm typing this stuff out, one comma will mess up your entire program. I mean, literally, right? You missing one or you misspell one letter of a word, I mean, everything breaks, which is crazy, right? So that's been something I learned. Let's see here what this is saying. Package does not exist. Okay, so it looks like it didn't install anything here. So let's get right into the AI. What I'm gonna do here. Okay. Let me see what I'm not doing. And another thing I do, I just send. The great thing about AI, you can literally tell it anything and it would never tell you no. literally. I mean, it's literally the best coder. It knows every language, every programming language you could think of. It knows. So right now, I'm just telling it I ran the npx expo start, and now I'm getting this crazy error. I don't know why that wouldn't start, since that's just a getting this error. Not sure why. And the more I'm using AI, the honestly the more real I talk to it. Right? I'll tell it straight up what's going on. I have messed up. I'll tell it sometime. I'll be like, man, I am completely lost, and it'll say, okay, let's work it out. Okay. So what I need to do here, I'm starting here. It's necessary for AI development. I mean, I know math. I mean, but I don't. I don't have like an AI building background, right? I don't. I mean, I took pre-cal in high school. I was able to test out of having to take all my college courses in college. Actually, they gave us the opportunity to take tests before the classes to test out of them, and I tested out of all of them. So I mean, but more importantly, what I know is that AI knows about mathematics of AI. That's the crazy thing. You know, and I know how to do research. One thing school taught me, the most important thing school taught me, is how to find the answer. That's literally, I tell that even to my nephew and everybody, man. The most important skill I learned out of school. I mean, of course, you learn social skills and things, but the most important was how to study. For one, that's another thing. How to study, right? Everybody learns different, but I learned how to research, how to find out, right? And a big part of learning to do that, or doing that, or finding out anything, right, is a desire to want to know, right? That's been one of the biggest things. But I could read, I could read about the mathematics that's needed. And I have AI, you know. Okay. There we go. Okay. And that's, you know what, I'm glad actually you are on that, now that I think about it, cause I know once you really, that's pretty much at the peak of the whole coding um, sphere. I would say the whole coding universe is building a language model, right? I mean, that's literally putting pretty much everything, especially when you add your mathematics, right? I do a lot of trading, and the big thing in that is odds and statistics, right? And then I started researching about a major statistical and program trader, Jim Simmons, or Simons. A lot of people pronounce it differently, but he was a super mathematician, and he ended up getting into coding, right? And coding and trying to find different things in trading. And that was a major breakthrough, right? He had a super major breakthrough. He had his ups and downs in it as well, but once he figured out what he needed to, right? I mean, it started something really major that outlives him, right? He's passed away, but it's still going and functioning. But he used statistics, man. Statistics, hired top tier physicians and or physicists. All of these different people were needed, right? And in a sense, once you get into that type of thing, it's I mean, once you're building an algo, basically, you're getting into some serious heavy math and programming, right? Especially when it comes into the markets and learning statistics and everything. I've started to. So now I'm starting a new chat here with my super bot here of Claude. Yeah, school. I mean, the biggest thing what I learned in school, I mean, because I don't use my degree, right? I have a bachelor's degree in recording engineering, and I did use it. I used to do a lot of music, ran sound through Lakewood Church for a while, and did a lot of things for different major artists, right? And but the biggest thing I learned from school, like I mentioned, was to actually complete something, right? And to how to learn. That was been the biggest things ever, and that's been contributing to everything I've actually wanted. I'm doing a mobile app. Here are. So what I'm doing now, I'm actually getting Claude set up to help me on this new mobile app. And let me see here. I'm just feeding it in the actual files that I have here, like my server file and some of my routes and things like that. Okay, database classes. Alright, so we have everything set up here. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure why the NPX wouldn't run. Let me see here. Let me try it again here. NPX Expo. Because I'm right in the mobile app here. That should run. That's telling me the expected JSON's path. Alright, let me see here. Okay. So what I'm gonna do here again, letting the new chat know my errors I'm having. And NPX Expo start, and I'm getting this error. Let me see here. Maybe if this is running, let me try to disk. I don't know why that would affect it either, but let's try it though. And like I say, this is the fun part when you start trying to figure out certain things, right? Well, it's a big problem, small problem, any problem, right? Anything dealing in programming. Once you start to figure it out or trying to figure it out, that's when you actually start learning, all right? Because you'll remember it differently. I see the issue you're running in digital marketplace folder, but there's no package. Yeah, this means. Oh, I need to run Node probably. Let me see. Recommend, navigate to the path here, create a new Expo file. So I need to run this command outside, it's saying here. Let's see, let's try it. I don't want to mess up the package that I have. Okay, so I'm gonna do here. Alright, so let's run this again. Let's run this new command that it's giving me. Ah, see? So then once I see navigate and then run. Okay, if you want to use the existing marketplace folder, delete the current folder, run from the main folder. This will create a new React. Okay. So what I've done, let's see. Okay, so I actually did option 1. Okay. Let me see, why are these commands different? Because they look the exact same. They are. Alright. Alright, so we're building out the React mobile app, right? Alright. Went with option 1. And then what I do, right? Now that I'm seeing everything is working the right way now, I'll go in back into AI, I'll ask it why did that work, right? Instead of what I was doing. And then I'll start to further solidify what I just learned, right? So this is going to be the home page for the actual app here. We're about to make the mobile app to the digital store. Okay. All right. So what I'll have to do, let me ask it as well, so I could actually. Okay, adjust. npx expo start. QR code. Way to run it on a computer. And I'm sure there's a way. But what I want to do, I'm gonna actually go view it here. Let me go view the actual project here. Okay, it's telling me a native. This will run the native app as a web. I tried that. Okay. So I press W, and this will be a learning part for me as well, because I actually want to know, right? But I'm gonna view it in my actual phone. Okay, so I need to actually install something. Okay, that's all it is. Okay. So perfect. This is a common issue when running native right? React Native on web, you need to install the web dependency first. Okay. All right, so let's actually do that. And that way, we'll actually be able to view it right here live. Okay. So I'm gonna close this out here. We're gonna run the command here, npx expo, and then we're going to install. We want to reinstall React. Don't. Okay, and then we want to install also React Native Web. And that will install these two packages, right? And that way we'll be able to actually look at everything here as it's on the phone, kind of like an emulator. Okay. And there we go. Alright, so now we're going to start the whole project over here. npx expo start. Alright, now you see now we are lit up here. Alright. Okay, and it's opening the mobile app. Let's take a look here. It's loading here. And nothing actually. There we go. Now, isn't that just perfect? It loads and I get nothing. Okay. Turn it. Okay. It pulls up, but I changed the app.js file. Okay, so we're gonna figure that out. Let me view it on my phone as well. Let me just make sure. Alright. But for some reason it's not allowing me to pull it up here on the mobile. So it's some kind of JavaScript error. Now we get to the fun and the learning part, which is the debugging, right? Seems like sometimes I have to debug the even the simplest things, man. So what I'm gonna do, let me run it here. Yeah, still showing this last app. Let me see what's going on. Alright, we're gonna start the server again just to see here. And so what I'm gonna do here, let me go into inspect mode. Inspect always will tell you something useful. Alright. It's telling me my index is off. Let's see. Then we're gonna feed that back in here. Okay, here, the console's here. Alright, let me let it know here. So I'm on step 1. And here are my errors. And this watch is going to be something simple. So we have the app live here. It is now active. I actually had to just go into a simpler version of it. Okay. Version shows okay. But in this code, I'm seeing, what's that, safe? I wonder if that threw it off. I don't know. Area view is aligned through it. Okay. There we go. All right, but we do know it's working now. All right, so we now have our live app. I'm gonna go back to the current version here. All right, so it says that's their issue here. It's not available, right? Okay, so it doesn't work in the browser. Okay. But I wonder why is that then? You know, like replace the app.js with the current code above I remove. Okay, now I want to know now with, oh, all it did was actually take the safe area view out. I want to know if that'll be safe for mobile though. And I still don't get why it was crossed out, right? I mean, that still makes no sense. Use platform specific code. So safe view only loads on mobile. Right. But you know, I don't think I tried it on my mobile. Let me do that now. Let's see. I thought I did. So I'm gonna actually try that last code on my phone. Okay, probably looks like this. Okay. Alright. So we have this new home page here. I believe this is the right code. Yeah. Alright. So I'm gonna run this actually on my phone. And let me see if it pulls up there. Oh, wait a minute. Now it's telling me I got a mobile version. Oh, and it's not even loading. Okay, so it could be, it's telling me that the safe view is throwing it off basically. I'm gonna try it on here. So that up here, let's make sure. And it may not even show. I think I did try it. It didn't even show it at all, actually. Alright. And the crazy thing about it, the debugging, right, and fixing things, stuff like that, that's where, at least for me, right, I start to learn even more. Learn a little bit more when I'm doing it this way. Now my damn Expo isn't working. There we go. Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna see if this thing loads up perfectly on my actual mobile. Dismiss. Okay. And it doesn't look like it does neither there. So it looks like we're gonna have to start from the simple version till I figure out why. Alright. Let's see here. Yeah, it's just on the loading page. And this is where the fun starts. This is the learning process. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna go back here. Alright. Cause now also, okay, style sheets here. Now this works. Alright. This works here. This doesn't have that same thing there. Okay. I'd always add and padding only on mobile. And replace the container wrapper. New style web. Okay, so basically it's giving me a few different ways to solve that. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, need the full new updated app.js file that fixes this right on mobile. Yeah, on my phone it's still actually loading the app. Okay, so we're gonna close this out here. There we go. Alright, so now I have Claude actually building out a brand new layout basically for the mobile app. Okay. Yeah, the fun actually starts when I start to debug stuff, right? Debugging teaches, right? Okay, so we have a few dependencies we want to actually install now. I'm gonna get those installed here. We're gonna go npx expo install, and then we want to install React native safe area context. Alright. Now I'm gonna replace this with a new updated file, and everything should work on the mobile and be able to be shown here as well. Okay. Alright. So let's get everything running. nps expo start. And so we're putting the home page together basically for the app. Alright, and I'm gonna check it on my phone and also on the web here. Let's get the web going here. Still nothing. Still nothing. Okay. Okay, so it's telling me it could be my index file. Let me check here. And then I'm gonna give it 2 screenshots basically, so I can have context and seeing what's wrong here. I'm gonna give it also what I'm seeing in the console. Alright. and that's going to, the error shows that Expo linear gradient isn't properly installed. The app can't find it. Okay, which causes that error. One thing will mess up your entire deal. Alright. So what I could do here is telling me basically I could reinstall it and then run it again. So basically just restart it. Let's try that option first. npx expo install. It could be one package, one something, right? It could be off, right? You could be one curly brace away from making your best app. Alright, gradient, there we go. Alright, so we have our new updated deal here. I'm gonna run this again, and I'm gonna clear everything out actually here first here. So I'm gonna do npx expo, then we're gonna go start and clear it, and see if that works. All right, if that works, I'm gonna be so happy. Alright, there we go. Let's see. I have my fingers crossed now. And okay, it's building up here. I'm just waiting for it to load here. Oh my god. Oh my god, man. Guys, it works, man. Yo, I'm about to pull it up on my phone. And this is just the home page, okay? This is the home page to our digital marketplace. Okay. And let me let it know. Installing that gradient actually helped. Man, this is what I'm talking about. Literally the things you could do with AI, man, if you have an idea. Right? If you have an idea, it doesn't even have to be your own idea. Right? It could be ChatGPT's idea. And then get to building, get to learning and building and coding something. I'm tripping out now, man. I mean, look at that. It's literally a digital marketplace for the phone and a website. So I'm gonna take this live pretty soon. I need to figure out a good name for it. But let me check everything here. I'm gonna scan this in. Okay. And that should load our mobile application here. Okay. So it's loading on my computer, but it's not loading here on my phone now. What's going on? It's always something. It's always something. That's the best part about coding. It's always something you could do. Alright. Okay, there we go. Just restart it. If this works, I'm gonna freak out. Oh my god, it freaking works, man. It works, guys. It's literally, I built my own literal mobile application. And it is up and live. That's crazy, man. Same layout. So we have the mobile version here. Alright. I'm going to start signing in as well just to make sure everything is good. But I have the mobile version. Then I also have the actual website that I'm building. So let's go here. npx run dev. So that's what it started. And this started from an idea from yesterday. Yesterday I was thinking about Netflix and basically all these major enterprise companies, right? I'm like, man, they all have a mobile application, right? Especially a marketplace, right? So a marketplace also to where you could sell also on your phone, right? You may want to just pull up everything. And I'm gonna change out the mobile layout though as well. Make it more of a mobile app look, but I mean it pulls up in the mobile app and it looks perfect actually. I could see here. Let's see here. I'm gonna change it here to the inspect. Okay, so this is how it looks on the phone actually here. Did I do it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is the look on the phone. Which is great. I mean, this is blowing my mind. This is the mobile application full on. I'm gonna test the layouts here. So these haven't been linked to anything yet. It's literally just the home page. But it's up. I'm gonna see if I can change the style. Keep the coloring, but I want it to be more of an application look for some reason. It's giving me like just a website look, which is okay. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that, but I'm gonna see about if I could change that a little. Yo, but this is crazy, man. This is crazy, crazy, crazy. Major progress, man. And then the speed in which you could build something now. And what I'm seeing is that one of the reasons, like I mentioned, why I started to learn coding, the more I'm learning on it, the faster I could build with AI. Literally. That's what got me into it, is to be able to prompt better. I just wanted to prompt and make my website look better. And the more I started to get into that, and start seeing the code and looking at it, I start seeing patterns and things. I said I might as well kind of learn at least what these moving parts are, right? Different frameworks and everything, man. I started putting all that stuff together. And I mean, that's literally been one of the best decisions I've made. Take a quick little bathroom break here. Let me run to the bathroom here. God. Okay, so, and I'm still looking for my phone charger here. Let's see. All right. So we have our mobile app. What I'm gonna do lastly, I'm going to kind of change the layout a little bit. See if I can give it more of a instead of like a app website look. I want to give it a more of a mobile kind of look here. Yeah, seeing the code come to life, man, that's something though. I mean, it's literally an app. I mean, it's a launchable app right now. QR code, you see. Okay. Also, what I'm gonna do, let me test the. I don't think the logins and things work yet. Okay. So I'm gonna add some navigational functionality as well. We're gonna start building out the screens, but first I want to get this. I want to see if I can just change that up a little bit. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, man, this is major progress though. Major progress here. I mean, this is crazy. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna redo our application, right? And just the layout, right? We know it's working. Everything is working. Everything is perfect there. But I want it to look like a mobile application, right? Not just a website. And then we'll start building everything out there. I need to come up with a name for this bad boy as well, all right? Right now, I just stuck with a kind of generic name just as I'm building it out. But the ideal of it is such a great idea, man. And then I'm thinking also, the reason I started thinking of a mobile app though for it is basically for ways to get traffic, right? Traffic reasons, right? Um, People on the phone searching their apps, right? And you could come across, hey, I could sell some stuff, right? There's a new marketplace out. That's the way I was thinking about it here. All right. So I said, let me start building a mobile app. So what I did, I actually built a test app yesterday, last night. Took me a while. But using AI, man, right? Using AI, I was able to break it down and get it done in a day, right? All right. And we put that thing together and it worked. Everything synced up right, real time between the two. It was hard for me to sleep. I was so excited, honestly. I couldn't sleep. I was like, dude, I wanna start building more stuff. All right. All right. Let's see here. And that should update the application. Oh my God, this is getting even better. Look at that, man. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, now it's getting more of it's more of an application, right? And I may change. I'm gonna tweak it even more, but now it's getting. Let me look at it on my phone as well. Man, that's major though. That's major. All right, the progress that AI allows you to do is hands down some of the fastest and best stuff you could do, right? Here's my old one here. So I'm just gonna scan this code here again. I shouldn't have to rebuild it. Where's the code though? Okay. Uh-oh. What is this? Split. I hate this split screen stuff. Oh man, this is getting worse. Alright, there we go. Alright, so let me scan this up here. Okay. And now it won't scan. There's always something here. There's always some form of debugging in life with them. Alright, let me see. Let's get this thing to work. Now it won't scan. Let's restart everything. When all else fails, turn on and off. Alright, so let me restart everything. What I'm doing now, I'm just actually testing this out on my phone. Okay. Literally, the scan is not scanning. I don't know. Why is that? Let me try something here. Maybe to generate a new code? I don't know. There we go. Yep, that did it. Alright. So it's building out everything here. Pulling up the application on my phone, and it is live, man. Guys, I mean, I can't even tell you the feeling, man. it is to be able to just build out something, right? And to learn and to start seeing what you learned is coming to life. See, now you can see I'm actually clicking on the different things. It's logging everything perfectly. And we'll start building out this back end for the actual application. Let me see here. Man, this is crazy. It's crazy. Okay. So what we have accomplished today, right? We have literally put together a digital marketplace where individuals will be able to come in and actually sell their digital products, right? And the marketplace now, I had that idea yesterday, is to come up with a actual application as well, right? An actual mobile app. And we've been able to do that using React. So we've built a React project here, a React application. Here we go. Okay. But it's amazing though. I mean, it just, to see that how everything breaks down from code to something actually live. I mean, that feeling does not get old to me. Right? It doesn't. I mean, it's a great feeling to see whatever you've done and put together come to life. Right? So what I'm gonna do, let's see here, and that'll be where I ended here. I'm gonna do a recap though, just to make sure. And actually, I'm gonna do one more tweak here, because there's one other tweak I want to see here. There we go. All right. So we started the marketplace, right? We have our actual marketplace, and we're gonna hook the back end up to it as well, right? But at the moment, we have our marketplace here, and then what we've done was create an actual application for this as well, right? And I'm thinking about even making a lot of apps don't have, especially your big apps and or big companies, big enterprise companies, they don't give you a great free tier. I'm thinking about giving a free tier as well, right, to start drawing in people. And then as they want to start possibly adding in more products, I'll start having the paying tiers and things like that. And then I'm thinking of even having one to where it's an unlimited shop one. So all of these is for one shop and giving you more features, right? But we'll get into that. We've been just really putting the skeleton together, right? Still need to hook up. Last stream we did the authentication, right? But this is the website here. This is the application so far, right? And I'm about to change it up. So before we end the stream, I wanted to change a few things here. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna change this up here. Let's see what we've got. Okay. All right. Fingers crossed. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So let me view that on my phone. I could actually do the mobile app here. Look. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. I mean, I may like the last one actually better. Let me actually check it out here. And that's the thing about it as well. That's the things that could change, right? You could change the styling of it, right? Styling is really the last piece that I'm seeing that really you should focus on is styling, right? I mean, of course, you want your simple styling setup. Sometimes you want to just go ahead and have it to look good, you know. But when you start tweaking it, things like that, functionality is the most important. All right, functionality to the back end. Those are the things that I'm realizing is most important. Setting up your server and all of your routes, your different pages, their logic. I mean, it's so much more to really think about. And then once you have those pieces in place, then you could really go into the front end, right? And start kind of really designing the front end. So what I'm gonna do, let me just view it on my phone here. Okay. So it's still giving me the last look here. Oh, okay, so I may need to generate, for some reason it seems like I have to generate a new code here. npx expo start, a new QR code. Alright, so we have our new QR code, and I'm just going to view that on my actual phone here. Here we go. Yeah, that's not bad at all, man. Let's see here. And you can see that it's logging the actual buttons that I'm hitting. Alright. Log in the explore pages. Yeah, that's actually really good. And I still have changed this a little bit even more. But really, I mean, really honestly, it's functioning, right? It's an actual application now, right? We've taken our ideal of a digital marketplace and we have literally within an hour created an entire application now for that same marketplace, right? So here are the two side by side. All right, so we have our actual marketplace here, and the app is no backend set up to it just yet. We'll get into that over the week, this coming week. But we have our digital marketplace here. Of course, what you could do here, get on here, start your store selling, and then now we've created the mobile application using React. Okay, so that's been very fun to do, very great, you know. And seeing this thing come to life is even crazier, right? Seeing it come to life, man, is really crazy. I mean, it blows my mind, man, you know. So definitely, guys, man, you all stay tuned. If you like this type of content, be sure to subscribe because we are doing these daily. As I'm learning using AI and building and things like that, we are doing this live, right? Because we can do this together. But definitely have a great rest of your day. Definitely be blessed. And I'll see you all tomorrow.